Why is it crucial to comprehend the Domestic Violence Act? Ponder on this question for a moment. The answer lies in the fact that knowledge is power, and understanding the Domestic Violence Act equips you with the power to protect yourself and others from harm. The Domestic Violence Act, often referred to as the DVA, is a significant piece of legislation designed to protect individuals from physical, emotional, sexual, and financial abuse within domestic relationships. It is a beacon of hope, a protective shield for those who are at risk of domestic violence. To break it down, the Domestic Violence Act functions in a systematic manner. Its key components include a wide definition of domestic violence, the provision of protection orders, and the stipulation of penalties for offenders. Firstly, the Act broadly defines domestic violence. It's not just physical assault, it covers emotional, sexual, and economic abuse as well. This includes any behavior that harms, injures, endangers the health, safety, life, limb, or well-being of the victim. The second step involves the provision of protection orders. Once a person lodges a complaint of domestic violence, the court can issue a protection order. This order prevents the accused from committing any form of violence against the victim. Finally, the Act outlines penalties for offenders. Anyone found guilty of domestic violence can face severe penalties, including imprisonment and fines. To recap, the Domestic Violence Act is a comprehensive law that provides protection to victims of domestic violence. It defines what constitutes domestic violence, provides for the issuance of protection orders, and prescribes penalties for perpetrators. But like any legal instrument, the Domestic Violence Act has its pros and cons. The Act is praised for its broad definition of domestic violence, which covers a wide range of abusive behaviors. This ensures that victims of all forms of abuse can seek redress under the law. However, on the flip side, the Act has been criticized for its implementation. There are concerns about delays in the issuance of protection orders and the enforcement of penalties, which could potentially undermine the effectiveness of the Act. In terms of arrest and bail, the Act provides that an accused person can be arrested without a warrant. However, they can apply for bail, and whether it's granted depends on the discretion of the court. So there you have it, a comprehensive breakdown of the Domestic Violence Act. Knowledge of this act is an essential tool in the fight against domestic violence. It provides a legal framework for the protection of victims and the punishment of offenders. But remember, the effectiveness of this act lies in its enforcement. So, if you or someone you know is a victim of domestic violence, reach out to a trusted law firm like Sairam Law Associates. They can guide you through the process, ensuring that your rights are protected under the law.